Good evening. This is Make Up Your Mind, Jesus, Sunday, the 14th Sunday of Ordinary Time. Uh, Paul Lennon with a brief commentary on the Gospel, today's Gospel for the 5th of July 2020. So as I said, I want to shock you a little bit and be a little bit outrageous. Make up your mind, Jesus, Sunday. And why am I saying this? Because a week or two ago, I think it was a week or so ago, Jesus was saying, in the Gospel of Matthew all the time, in chapter 10, Jesus was saying to his apostles, "No one who prefers father or mother to me is worthy of me. No one who prefers son or daughter to me is worthy of me. Anyone who does not take up his cross and follow in my footsteps is not worthy of me. Anyone who finds his life will lose it. Anyone who loses his life for my sake will find it." Translation of the Jerusalem Bible. And now in chapter 11, Matthew is saying something different. Like he's giving us two images of Jesus. Which of these is you, Jesus? Matthew, you have us confused. Chapter 10, all tough Jesus business, no, there's no give and take here. It's just all, tough stuff. And now we got Jesus saying nice things. So, hey, is it wrong? Is it okay to speak like that to Jesus? Jesus, make up your mind. Is that okay to do? Well, if we're engaged with Jesus, as they say, if we're really in a relationship with Jesus, if we're interested in him, we can't understand. One day he's saying nice, terrible things. The next day he's being nice. What the heck is going on here, Jesus? Is Jesus being inconsistent? Well, or is it Matthew's fault? Well, we can say at least, Jesus, I'm confused here. According to your evangelist Matthew, we've got two faces of Jesus. So anyway, now this Sunday is nice. Wow, this is nice. Matthew 11:25-30. Again, at that time Jesus exclaimed, "I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, for although you have hidden these things for the wise and the learned, you have revealed them to the little ones." My theme again, the little ones. Anawim, remember? Yes, Father, such has been your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by the Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wishes to reveal him. Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden light. So very encouraging. We tend to like this. And it does tend to be, again, these ipsissima verba Jesu, as the Bible specialists like to say. It's very close to the real words of Jesus. It's an exclamation. Jesus is an emotional person. I think the Bible of Jerusalem says, "I bless you, Father." It's maybe more Hebrew, Lord of heaven and earth, for although you have hidden these things from the wise and the learned, you have revealed them to little ones. How can we solve this dilemma? Well, on the one hand, we have Jesus instructing his apostles. We try to kind of sidestep the weight of those words from Jesus that we heard a week or so ago about you must prefer, if anybody prefers a father or mother to me, is not worthy of me. And I tried to explain what that might mean, that Jesus must be the number one. And that kind of comes into the second reading of today's gospel, of today's liturgy, with Paul. Brothers and sisters, you are not in the flesh. In other words, you are not just earthly human beings. On the contrary, you are in the Spirit, if only the Spirit of God dwells in you. And I can't help asking, in this world of ours, whether it be in once Catholic Ireland, or in the US of A, or any other English speaking country, do we have the Spirit of Jesus, or are we just kind of we're regular people, right? We're ordinary people. We're regular people. We're down to earth, and we're materialistic. Now we love what is it called? Sex, Lies, and Videotape, or whatever the name of the movie was. This is us. We're down to earth. We want the real thing. We're not. There's no heaven. No. Imagine John Lennon, he threw it all out the window that day. We didn't realize it because the music was nice. Imagine all the people living for today. Oh, 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 you may see I'm a dreamer, but I'm really destroying organized religion. I'm sorry, John and his followers. I have many fans who are followers. But in that I do not follow you, John. No, there we are. Whoever does not have the Spirit of Christ does not belong to him. So forth. Consequently, brothers and sisters, we are not debtors to the flesh. Flesh just doesn't mean sex. We always say flesh, the sex. Not necessarily. It's very earthly. Too earthly. It's good to be earthy, but too earthly. Just think about, you live in this world. You don't really a care about anything else. You have no spiritual life. There's no spirit in your love. You just do what you do to do. Consequently, brothers and sisters, says Paul to the Romans, chapter 8, 9, 11 to 13. Hey, we quote scriptures too, brothers and sisters. We are not debtors to the flesh, to live according to the flesh. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if the Spirit who put to death the deeds of the body, but if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you will live. So now, and if you have that Spirit, then you can enjoy Jesus saying these nice things. Wonderful things, says Jesus. I'm going to read it in the Bible of Jerusalem. Yes. At that time, Jesus exclaimed, I bless you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, for hiding these things from the learned and the clever and the revealing and the clever, and those people who think they know everything and they have all the answers, and they're very scientifically minded, and that's all there is. Keep these things. You hiding these things. This is called the mystery of the kingdom of heaven. This is real Matthew. He's all about the kingdom of heaven. And revealing them to the little ones. It says here, to little children. Wow. Yes, Father, for that is what pleased you to do. Everything has been entrusted to me by the Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, just as no one knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Now here we're getting real theological here, Jesus. In other words, Jesus is talking about the Trinity in a very open way. These are the words, at least, that Matthew is putting in the mouth of Jesus. These are the words we heard from John at the Last Supper when he talked about love. The Father is in me, I'm the Father, and the Spirit is in both of us. So this is very, very, very exciting, and it's kind of interesting if you're following, what we were talking about in the previous Sundays. Of Jesus, talking about the Trinity without going to all that mysterion, all that sacred mysteries of John the evangelist. But here Jesus is saying these things. But I would like to go back to the point, and which is the real Jesus? That's for you to find out.